Thanks for tuning in to the Urban Scope podcast. I'm back with another album review, and today I will be reviewing Doja Cat's Vi album. I'm thinking that's how they pronounce it, Vi or V. I'm pretty sure it's Vi. But even though this album is considered a pop album, there is elements of rap on this album, and I thought it was important to cover this album because Doja Cat has been very consistent in the musical field, especially when it comes to pop hits and rap. But she has a nice blend of both, similar to Lauryn Hill or Drake or one of those artists who mix in between. But she's one of the best artists to blend both together so eloquently. So I was always have been a fan of Doja Cat because of her ability to be a chameleon, so to speak. But when it came to this album, I really didn't have any expectations because it kind of got sprung on me at the last minute. When I found out about it, it was only like a week left um, for the album to actually be released, which I kind of like sometimes because there's not a long anticipatory period that I have to go through for these albums. Because sometimes they'll announce them a couple months ahead, and then by the time they come out, you forgot. So it's kind of great when you get that short notice sometimes. But as this album is, essentially what Doja Cat is mostly pop with a little rap in between it. But and it's listed as a pop album also in Apple Music, but I like the blend of both. Now this album didn't have a better blend than Scarlet because Scarlet was more rap to me. And it did have some pop songs, the stuff, to make the radio and stuff to make commercials and stuff like that, which she always throws those in. But this album, if I would have read the credits before, I knew it was going to be a pop album, mostly because of Jack Antonoff is on most of these and Y2K is on most of the production. So a lot of the production sounds the same on this project because there were only really two producers for most of the album. So the fluidity is very much there and the cohesiveness is there. So it sounds like a concept album almost, but it really isn't. But when you don't have that many producers, the cohesiveness sounds pretty much closely the same. Um, with the exception of the Clips album that just released, Let God Sort 'Em Out. Even though Pharrell did all of the production, he did have different sounds on it because I think Pharrell just has that versatility in that way to be able to experiment with different sounds for the same project, and it's pretty unique to see. But nevertheless, the production on this album was very good. I feel I felt like it was very thought out, very it was made for the mainstream. But she definitely delivered on this project as well. So it wasn't just all the production, but it was her singing, her rapping, whoever did the writing. I'm assuming that she wrote a lot of this stuff was excellent. Her as an R&B artist, I believe she can go into both three different worlds and actually succeed. So as an R&B singer, I think even with the enhancements that they might put on her voice, I think she can be an elite R&B singer because she usually has great lyrics and she usually has a production behind it as well. We already know her as a pop star is already up there, but the thing is, as a rap star, I think she still has room to get there on the ceiling for a rap star because if you listen to Doja Cat's rap and her flow and her diction and everything that comes along with being an MC, I believe she can be the best female MC that we have out and one of the best MCs, period. Now, she is Nicki Minaj 2.0 to me. She sounds like Nicki Minaj, but just the updated version. You know how on an Apple phone you get those updates and it makes those small tweaks and minor bug fixes and things like that. Doja Cat has that in her musicianship. And I believe if she was to come out with a pure rap album with rap producers like a Pharrell, like with a Timbaland, with a Hit Boy and stuff like that, I believe she would actually have the number one rap album of the year, especially from the female side. Depending on who dropped that year, it would solely depend on that. But I think she's the female version of a Drake. But I think she's better than most female MCs right now. And that's a Nicki, a Cardi, a Megan Thee Stallion, uh, Gorilla. A lot of these artists, she's better than lyrically and from a rap hip hop standpoint, but I just don't think she comes out enough and just dedicates her craft so much to it because the pop music is more lucrative. The singing is more lucrative. And I think that's why she doesn't revert back to hip hop as much, but her flow and her lyricism is top notch. But she doesn't get a lot of credit because of the poppiness. But I do believe on this project, she has elements of great rap. And there are a couple of songs on here that I really like that she actually put out, um, opposed to, of course, not having the elite rap sound or a pure rap sound that she should have. But a lot of songs on here, she does have that. But when I talked about the Scarlet album, that album had a lot more rap than any other her projects, which was, I think by design, because she had like a freestyle on there too as well. And just the beat selection and the production was, it wasn't cohesive as this project, but I do think Scarlet was a better project than this new album. But it depends on what you want. If you want more of a poppy sound, this Vi album is for you. But if you want a nice blend of hip hop and rap, then that Scarlet album has that. And she even has a couple of pure rap songs in that Scarlet album, opposed to this Vi album, because I think the Vi album was just a little bit more for a poppy sound for the fall, just in time for the fall. So, but all in all, I think I give this album a 7 out of 10 because I'm not a huge pop guy, but at the end of the day, she does have hip hop elements in this album, and I think she still has room. She hasn't hit her ceiling yet as an artist because she hasn't explored the R&B side or the hip hop side to her musicianship, which I think she'll get to eventually. I think she's just trying to get to the money now, but eventually, I think she will get a more diverse production team and she'll add more rap her song her song list and to her albums, and I think that will separate her from the rest of the artists in both of the R&B and hip hop worlds. But this album, I don't think it has more replay value, I should say, than that Scarlet album. But tell me what you think your thoughts about this album are, and until next time, I'll see you next time.